15,000 retirees were polled and asked just one question. What's your single biggest challenge in retirement? So I want to go over the answers so that way you can get out ahead of these things and you don't have to be caught off guard either while you're planning your retirement or while you are in retirement. And I'll preface this by saying that the answers listed really within the top three, there wasn't money issues or money problems in the top three answers. But I believe that if we polled pre-retirees, then maybe money worries or thoughts about money or some of the challenges around money might be higher up in the answers. So figuring out the money part is a must. That's an obvious part of financial planning and retirement planning. But you probably already realize that there's more to this next stage than just money, like your health or your happiness or just living a life that you actually want to live. So let's get into this together. But before we do, I'm Dave Zoller, and I've been helping people retire for the last 13 years. And this channel is here to share what's working for those people who are retiring and then also what to avoid. And I put some helpful free resources below in the description below. Things like my favorite DIY retirement planner to help you on this journey. So let's get into this article and then I'll share some of the top takeaways. So this is a story of a 52-year-old who was actually forced into retirement because of health issues. Thankfully, the health issues were able to get mitigated and went away. But in retirement, what he was feeling was things that he wasn't really expecting, bored, restlessness, or feeling stuck. And no one else that he knew who was retired told him these things he might experience. But when you'd ask them about it, they all admitted to feeling the same way. So this is a common thing that we'll see. So here are a few of the biggest challenges from these answers from 15,000 retirees that they've experienced in a few different categories. So they asked that question, what's the single biggest challenge in retirement? And first one is related to regret. I don't know if you've ever said these things, missing the work that you love, or I don't think retiring is for me. Maybe I want to go back to teaching, or maybe feeling lost. Those are common things, that feeling of regret. Next thing is health. Keeping up healthy mind, adding value to the world, fear of dying or pain or discomfort as you get older. So that's one of the biggest challenges in retirement is health. Next is identity. For those of you who have a career where you get a lot of purpose and meaning in work, losing identity maybe in retirement and saying goodbye to the 30 or 40 years of this career that you've built up and had is a hard thing for many. And feeling of rejection, or feeling as you get older, people not seeing you anymore. So after looking at these findings, this author of this article really summed it up in the biggest retirement challenge that no one talks about is finding purpose. So we'll go over a exercise to look at and then a couple questions to maybe write down and ask yourself if you're thinking any of these things that we just went over. So let's look at that exercise. Here's a quick look at Journal of Applied Gerontology and how adults over the age of 51 associated strong purpose in life with healthier lifestyle behaviors and then also slower rates of progression of chronic illness, which is just interesting. So let's look at that Japanese concept, actually, that saved this author from his depressing retirement. And it's something we've talked about before. I don't know if I've ever said the word ikigai, but that's the Japanese concept. And it's these things around finding that what you love and what you're good at, and then what the world needs, and finding the intersection of those. Now, what can you be paid for? When you get to retirement, that is often a circle that we can actually eliminate because hopefully we've got enough money that is able to provide income for life for you so that it's one less thing. And really, if you could do these things, it takes some time, it takes some effort to really find this. And I've also got a retirement journal exercise below in the description on, it's really an 8 to 9 day process of guiding you through some of the self-reflective questions to get to a point where you can find these things so that you can continue to do them and have an impact on the world and help others, even in retirement, even after your career is done. But let's look at some of the things in this article, some of the questions to ask yourself. So as you actively pursue what you enjoy in service of yourself, your family, and your community, think about whether that activity allows you to answer yes to any of these 4 questions below. Are you doing the activity that you love? Are you good at it? And does the world need what you offer? And really this last one, maybe, a lot of times what we've seen is if you can focus on these 3 and find those things, one that's going to bring some passion and fulfillment in your life. And a lot of times, without even wanting it to, there is some sort of financial component that comes into play. But if you can eliminate it, it's one less thing to really fill in within the circles. These are the biggest ones. And then there's a few more questions around, really, I believe it's more around progress and making progress little by little in life, which is an important thing for just our brain health. And it's, does that activity allow you to start small and improve over time? Another one is, does the activity allow you to enjoy the little things in life? And then does the activity allow you to focus on the present, on the here and now? So after going through these exercises and thoughts, this author of this article actually decided to be unretired. And sometimes it can just be words, you know, whether retirement or unretirement, whatever it is. The main thing is that this author spent some time to figure out what are those things he's good at, what he loves, what the world needs, and then what amount of time he wants to devote to those things each week or each month or each day. And he found the right balance and was able to do that. People who, a lot of our clients who are retired, they take some time and they think about it, and then they figure out what are those things that are bringing them passion, fulfillment, and joy. Those are the things that are the non-financial part of retirement, but they are a key part to living a retirement that's full of joy. So hopefully this article was helpful just to think about things in a different way with retirement. I'll include a link to this full article to take a look at the whole thing, and then I will see you in the next video. Take care.